Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday game day edition. Morning Scone presented by Brock. Banners with the clinic. Hoodco Roofing, hoodcoroofing.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. And ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Okay. What y'all say, everybody? Game day, LSU against Florida Tigers, a 15.5-point favorite. Hopefully Jaden Daniels, by the way, is going to start today against Florida. So that's great news for LSU. Jaden is healthy and going to be back out there for this game and presumably for the rest of the season, which is great. So glad the lingering effects or the effects of the hit last week when Dallas Turner didn't linger, and Jaden's able to get out there and start today. So that's great news. So Jaden will be out there for LSU against Florida, and here's hoping the Tigers go have a really good day. Excuse me. Hardly the only thing going on. LSU and Florida, of course, got a full weekend of games. Michael Thomas was arrested last night. And LSU basketball lost to Nichols. I was at Rufino's last night. Eric and I went to dinner with Russ Mitchell and his wife, Kim. Had a wonderful time. Delightful, great evening. Probably might have been a little overserved. Well, let me rephrase that. They didn't overserve me. Drank some champagne, had a little red wine with dinner. Saw Lewis Coleman, former LSU pitcher, as you all might remember. Lewis and I have been talking, so he lives in Kentucky. He's a big whiskey guy as well. So we've been talking for years about, hey man, when you get in town, we got to connect, have a whiskey. Anyway, so we walk in last night to Rufino's, and Lewis is there. So, and he's there at the table next to us. And so at one point during the night, is how it typically goes at Rufino's, where people are just up and walking around, talking to everybody. Football Fridays at Rufino's are crazy. Lewis walked over with a whiskey. So needless to say, today's going to be a lot of hydrating and Advil and maybe a nap later in the day as well. Anyway, all right. So all that was going on, and while that was going on, Michael Thomas apparently threw a brick through somebody's window or something. Thomas threw a brick at a man's truck and pushed him. So a man called police, and I'm reading the story. Apparently, the street where Michael Thomas lives, there's some construction going on. So Thomas threw a brick at a car. There had been some beef going on, and pushed the construction manager and whatever. So, this after Chris Olave got arrested. I ain't gonna, y'all need to drink some coffee. What I need to do is go back to bed. My eyes all blurry. Need to put some eye drops in. My eyes are dry. Anyway, all right, whatever. I'm just rambling. Let's just say some good mornings here. I need to get focused before game day later. All right. Go Rilla, Wendell Norman, Jerry G, Tiger Diver. Morning, Scone. Who we betting on today? Hold on. I wrote it down. Let me get my list. I'll be right back. All right. All right, here's the list from Phil Steele's picks on AFR. We got the Michigan Penn State under. We've got Bama minus the 11. Miami plus 14. Utah plus 8. Tennessee laying the 3. Oklahoma State minus 2.5. Iowa minus 1. Arkansas minus 2.5. Oregon minus 15.5. There's our plays. So let's go get it. Get that money today. Hunter Eilers, morning, Scone. Watching the game. My father-in-law, who's a Florida fan. Ooh. Well, it should be a good night for you, though, Hunter. Morgan Miller, what up, bro? Cliff Nelson, Alan Black, Brennan Huff, good morning, good morning, good morning. Jerry G, what up? Lance Richard, morning, Matt. What's all the news on Michael Thomas? Yeah, I don't know much about it, man. I just saw the story. Apparently, like, he threw a brick through somebody's car and pushed a guy, and he was being recorded on a cell phone, so they called police, and whatever. Brad David, I enjoyed the Russ Mitchell segment yesterday. It wasn't a segment, brother. It was 2 hours. Russ came in for the 4 and 5 o'clock hours. So we had a great time though, man. Russ and Terrio in the studio. Goes by fast, man. We had a really good time. So good day. Good show. I'm glad Russ got to come in. He and his wife came. They're going to go to the game tonight. Got to do all the fun local stuff yesterday. They went to Coffee Call and got to do campus and went to the Chimes, and then came to the show. Went to Rufino's last night. So gonna be fun. Nick L, good morning, Matt. Keep contractors out of Mike Thomas's neighborhood. Cliff, did you get the tune on the salt block? You know I did, bro. Big Himalayan salt block with the seared ahi tune with the caviar on top. Oh my God, so good. Let's see. Gorilla JD almost as tough as Drew. Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. Brian Penn, more Matt from the border of Utah and Idaho. That was a bad loss last night by the Tigers. Yeah, so LSU basketball apparently lost on a buzzer beater last night to Nichols. But I just don't know that there's really a justification for me talking about basketball right now. Yeah, I mean, the level of interest for this basketball team is just non-existent, I mean, this is crazy. Tigers came back from 24 down against Nichols to take a lead, and the Colonels won at 68-66. I mean, that's crazy. Wow. I mean, how is LSU down? LSU down 24 points the final 2 minutes of the first half. What in the world? I mean, whatever. Harbaugh will not coach today. Okay. Pete Thamel standing outside in a suit while it's raining under an umbrella. Hey, babe. Kevin M. Louisiana sports need this win. River Reese, Ornamat, got away today at 6. Yay. What is wrong with y'all people, bro? Like, seriously, what is wrong with y'all? Like, who are your friends that they get married at 6 o'clock on a Saturday the day LSU's playing Florida? Like, I mean, I just wouldn't go. Seriously, sorry, I can't make it. LSU's playing Florida. We'll catch you we'll have dinner after y'all get back from your honeymoon. We'll see you then. Like, what are these people doing? Weddings on a football Saturday, the day LSU's playing Florida? Like, now I'll say it again. Even if the bride and groom don't care about football, like, all of your guests do. Nobody wants to be at your wedding. Look at that guy. What was that guy's name that said that just now? River Reese. Look how sarcastic that is. He's going to be at your wedding, completely resenting the fact that you're having a wedding on the day LSU's playing Florida right at kickoff. River, if I were you, I'd be like, I ain't going. I mean, ain't nobody remember who goes to anybody's wedding anyway. You don't. I mean, nobody remembers who goes to anybody's wedding. It just don't matter. I mean, weddings are a blur, you know. You get married, you go to the reception, you know, they swoosh you in and out, and, you know, you got to do this dance and that dance, and you got to cut the cake and take this picture and that picture, and you try to say hi to 5,000 people, and not 5,000, you know what I mean? It's just, nobody remembers anyway. No. The sacrament of marriage is a beautiful thing. The wedding itself is like, the wedding and the reception is just, it's a racket. Spend a lot of money and piss people off because you have a wedding during football season. Kelly Gross, Rick Manuel, Bill Schmidt, Bubba Smith, Jason Horn, good morning. Lowell Cormier, what up? Shout out to fellow comrades of Veterans Day. Yeah, man, happy Veterans Day to all those who served, absolutely. Here on November the 11th. I wonder if this is the LSU Salutes game. You know, Tiger Man for halftime always does around Veterans Day, the LSU Salutes. I think it's today. I think it should be this game. Rick Manuel, watching you struggle today reminds me of something my dad would say. You can't hoot with the Owls all night and expect to soar with the Eagles all day. You know what, Rick? Not a little coffee and a little rest can't handle. I'm a rally, brother. I'm rallying today. I wasn't even hooting with the Owls, man. I wasn't like it was a long night. Just, we ordered champagne, and then I had a little red wine with dinner, and then Lewis bought me a whiskey, and so the combination, I think, of the three is what got me. Kyle Gayu, good morning. How about good old Jim Harbaugh spinning from the sideline for the rest of the season? Yeah, so they were trying to get an injunction from a judge to let him be able to coach, like a restraining order, so to let him be able to coach today. But apparently, it's an 11 a.m. kickoff, man. I mean, they're kicking off in an hour and a half. You might want to go and make a call. Daryl Fontenot, Utah on the road. Interesting, yeah. David Ezernak. If players get ejected for targeting, should their NIL be affected like what happened to Jaden? No. I mean, because that has nothing to do with it. NIL is what is someone willing to pay you for an endorsement and whatever. So, no, shouldn't have anything to do with it. John Hendricks, what's going on, man? Kyle, you schedule your wedding on LSU football game. I gave you a gravy boat for a wedding gift. I give you a gravy boat. Got it. Carrie Hughes. Met Stephen this week in my grandmother's visitation at Rest Haven. My mom is blessed to have him at the general. Carrie, I forgot we had talked about that. First of all, my condolences. I've forgotten we had talked about that. Yep, so Stephen is my cousin. So Stephen Mumford, who's the COO of the General, Baton Rouge General. And is awesome dude. Awesome dude. Kind of like I mean, we're raised more like brothers, you know. Stephen's parents are so his dad is my mom's brother. And so his parents are my godparents, and Stephen and his two brothers, and me, my brother and sister. The six of us were all of his cousins were all, I mean, we're so close coming up. So anyway, that's awesome though. Man, my eyes. Whew. Kyle DeVille, morning, Matt. God bless. Go Tigers. Let's see. YouTube, smash that like button if you would, please. Austin Kidder, good morning. If we win today, we will be 2 games behind Florida in the all-time series. That's remarkable considering Steve Spurrier's decade of dominance. True. And if LSU wins today, it'll be 5 straight in the LSU-Florida series. That has never happened. The 4 straight has only happened once before. But this will be the first time LSU's ever won 5 straight in the series if they win today. Taz, do you have any idea how Jimmy Graham feels about not being used? No idea, man. I don't, I don't get to pop down and you go to like the media availability. I don't talk to Jimmy Graham. I have no idea. But I do wonder like why you came out of retirement if you're a healthy scratch. Cliff Nelson, I was courtside, saw the shot he hit right in front of us. Darn, that stunk. LSU losing to Nichols in basketball. Oof. That should never happen. Spurs, what's good? Jeff G. Ben, getting too old for that, Matt. For what? Leon Williams, good morning. Nick L. That contractor's truck had more targets than Michael Thomas had last week. Antron Hemingway, good morning. Can't believe Mike Thomas arrested. Tim Gotro, good morning. Jeb Whitley, can't wait to hear Crazy Russ Mitchell on Whiskey and Wine. D. Johnson, that's not what happened. Nick said that was dirt on the window. Wait, there was dirt on the window? He didn't actually throw a brick? Wait, don't they have... They got cell phone footage of him doing it. Didn't that? That's the story I read. They have a cell phone video of him throwing a brick at a good truck. Oh, man. Glenn Garner, what's up? I got Georgia falling today. Oof. I don't think so, brother. I think Ole Miss's defense stinks. James McKinney, good morning. Morgan, Saints are turning into the Raiders. God help us. Taz, do you think the Saints... Oops. Do you think the Saints are predictable on 3rd and less than 5, always taking a deep shot when it occurs? No. I mean, Taz, do you want me to go get... hang on. All right, let's look. I think sometimes when you've set your mind to, you've convinced yourself in your mind that something is a reality, you tend to focus on confirming evidence and ignore evidence to the contrary. So like let's go look at the Saints possessions. Let's see. All right. It's blurry. Let's see, 3rd and 7. Short right to Chris Olave. 3rd and goal. Short left, Chris Olave for a touchdown. 3rd and 8. Short middle to Alvin Kamara. 3rd and 6. Short middle to Juwan Johnson. 3rd and goal. Short pass to Taysom Hill. 3rd and 3, short to Kamara. A lot of short passes on 3rd down. Taz. 3rd and 3, short middle to Chris Olave. 3rd and 8, short left to Jamal Williams. That's 3rd and 10. Let's see, 3rd and 4, short left to Michael Thomas. You see my point? These are all short passes on 3rd downs. 3rd and 9, short left to Michael Thomas. 3rd and 8, short left to Chris Olave. Anyway, 3rd and 2. Taysom Hill runs right tackle. Anyway, get my point. Like, there wasn't any deep shots on 3rd and less than 5. Anyway. So, no, I don't think they're predictable. Cajun Country, good morning. Rock bottom for LSU men's hoops. Glad that everything worked out well with Drew this week. How drunk was Russ Mitchell yesterday? That was fun. I don't think he was drunk. I mean, probably at dinner. I mean, they went to the Chimes. I went to Chimes, and I think he had 2 beers before he came to the show. Me and Terry are both cursing on air. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What's going on here? Joey Vincent, good morning. That was an epic AFR yesterday. Thank you. Tiger Diver, Glenn Garner, Brad David. What do you think about Kiffin kicking players off the team? Isn't that an old story? The kid who was taking a mental health break and I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna minimize mental health, but I also understand from Kiffin's perspective, like, if you say to the coach, or if the coach tells you, hey, I want to meet with you, and then you don't go meet with the coach, well, there's consequences for that. Like, there's consequences for your actions. Carl the Cat, need to meet Russ one day. Meet him today on campus, man. Joey Vincent, did Musso hit the dump button on Ontario because it was uncensored on YouTube? No, it was not a dump button. I'm not worried about YouTube. It's the radio that's the problem. YouTube, you can say whatever you want. Hence whiskey and wine. But yeah. Bryce Burks, Glenn Garner, sugar gets you every time. It does, Glenn. That's absolutely does. That's why I don't drink, I don't mix my whiskey. I mean, you end up drinking like 6 Cokes. So no, I just drink my whiskey neat. Bryce Burks, Glenn Garner, Jerry G, morning Erica and Drew. Carl, E-Rock did a great job this week on Morning Scone. Alan Black, tail 2 halves. At that end of the court must have had an invisible lid. Damian McKinley, down goes Bama Cup. Down goes Bama Cup. Bubba Tatum, good morning. Henry Price. River Friends don't schedule weddings during football season. True. Brian, man, I don't know if you mentioned this or not. Did you see Double J rack up on all the recruits? Do you think any of them will hit campus? Yeah. I had one scout tell me that thinks it's the best signing class that LSU's ever had. Most talented signing class ever. Let's see. Cliff Nelson with the Frogs. Kenneth Porter. Matt, I hope Perkins doesn't transfer. Me too. Mo Thibodeau. More Matt. Great shows this week with Fam and Toe. Thanks for watching. Brad, you remember when Miami, Florida State was such a big rivalry in the 90s? I do. All the wide lefts and wide rights on the field goals and some great battles. 2 touchdown line today. We'll see if Miami can rise up and play a good game. Phil Steele had a great tidbit on that yesterday about the underdogs in that series. And typically you end up with a close game, so hopefully we get that today down in Tallahassee. Shane Danos, let's see, heading from Iowa to Baton Rouge, some tailgating, and Don Juan. Okay, Iowa. Very cool. Shane, you got to come say hi, man. And just as a fair warning, Shane. So I'll get there at halftime, and I'm going to be pretty locked in during the second half, like watching, charting notes, all that stuff, and then we do the show. But after the show, hang out, talk. But definitely come say hi. Tell me who you are. Maybe wait till the game's at a commercial. Don't be offended if I'm writing while we talk. I feel like I have to tell people that now. There was a guy last week who was like, man, am I bothering you? I'm like, no, you're not bothering me, bro. I promise you're not bothering me. But I'm not trying to be rude. It's just I'm charting, taking notes, and on like every play. So I have to watch, So, anyway. Hunter Broadhead, hey, Matt, good morning. I think Florida can pull it off today. What, you think Florida's going to beat LSU? I don't think so. LSU's 2-touchdown favorite. 15.5-point favorite at home, bro. I think Florida's not very good. LSU's defense stinks, but I don't think that Florida's going to be able to keep up. Guy Brooks, what's up? Tommy, what time does pregame start with Charlie and Musso? 5 hours prior to kickoff. That's your benchmark. 5 hours prior to kickoff. No matter what time the game is, 5 hours prior to kickoff. So 6:30 kickoff today, 1:30 pregame. 5 hours prior to kickoff. D. Johnson, Collium Alexander, does Jim Harbaugh need an Orleans or Jefferson Parish real estate agent? Make it happen, Saints. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, man. I think Dennis Allen's going to be retained because the Saints are going to win the division. They're not going to fire DA after the Saints, even though they win a bad division, go to the playoffs, they're not going to fire him. So I think more likely, we'll see what happens with Antonio Pierce, the Raiders, what other jobs might be open, but Edward O. got the crabs. McMahon has a huge job ahead of him. The play last night, especially in the first half, was atrocious. Tiger Diver, Matt, I'm coming in for the AM LSU game. Any thoughts on the possibility of an afternoon kick? I think there's almost zero chance of that. The only opportunity would be for an afternoon kick would be if CBS picks it up at 2:30, which they're not going to. They'll take one of the rivalry games. They'll take the Iron Bowl or something like probably the Iron Bowl. Samuel Militello, Florida hotel power went out for 5 hours last night. Oh, geez. David Woodard. Matt Lusto, good morning. What about a little ball control on our side to keep some pressure on the defense? Yeah, that's not the type of game we play, brother. Not going to happen. Pierce Lee, Michael Thomas tweeted a stay off my lawn gif an hour ago. Oh, God. Joshua, could somebody explain how LSU men's lost to Nichols? No, because I didn't watch it, and I literally just found out the score this morning. But apparently LSU was down by 24 in the first half to Nichols. So it doesn't sound like the good guys played a lot of defense last night. I mean, that's not good. Hey, babe.
Hey, I have nails at 10:30.
Oh, wow.
So the nail fairy has not visited in quite some time. Just letting you know.
Oh. Huh. Let's see. Nickel. What?
What does that mean?
What?
The nail fairy has not visited in a very, very.
Maybe the nail fairy is dead, Erica. The nail fairy passed on. The nail fairy passed on. It's very sad. Or maybe she just retired. Nichols shot 56% from the floor in the first half and 53% from three. 9 of 17 from three. That'll do it. For the game, they finished 42% from the floor and 40% from three. That'll do it. Gotta close out. Go get your hands up. Gotta close out the shooter. Get your hand up. Freaking LSU basketball. You gotta be kidding me. Lost to Nichols. Oh my God. We all know Iraq loves certain foods. No Thanksgiving foods. Ben, what is the FCC, not SEC, fine consequence for curse words going out on the air? Ben, I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll be okay. Ugh. Matt Lusto, is this a de facto recruiting trip for Corey Raymond? I gotta hope so. Please give me Corey Raymond back in Baton Rouge. Man, Robert Steeples, I heard Hunt say this. No, actually, you know what? He told me this off air. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can say it. So, I look at Rodrigo Blankenship. Oh my gosh. In his jersey. What a dork. What a dork. Oh my God. Remember the Georgia kicker, Rodrigo Blankenship, who used to wear those like thick Coke bottle black rim glasses under his helmet? He's out there on game day right now for the McAfee kicking segment, and he's wearing his jersey. What a dork. Oh my God. Whatever. So Robert Steeples, how about this? His wife had a baby this week. I guess I can relay this because Steeples is the guest on, so Hunt does for the network pregame show. He does a coaches and assistant coaches interview. So Steeples is the guest this week. And, Hunt was like, hey, I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, wife just had our baby, like literally like 2 days ago. Then she was like, go to work. It's their third. I guess when you get to number 3, we just have one, obviously with Drew, but I guess when you get to number 3 and it's like, all right, been there, done. Just go to work. I thought that was funny. All right. Does LSU cover today? I'm not betting the spread. I never bet the spread for LSU. I did bet the over last week. I could not believe it was I think it started at 58, maybe crept up to 61. Like, that felt like stealing. So I did make a play on the over last week. So despite LSU's loss, at least I won some money. The 15.5, I wouldn't touch the 15.5. I'd still play the over because it's LSU's defense. I would just. All right, let's see. Let's see. Here goes the kick. Oh, Kirk, I don't like that lean. I'm always nervous about Kirk holding the ball. Oh, he's wide left. No good. Stanford Steve in a freaking referee shirt. It's so stupid. Oh, man. Anyway, Taylor Hudson. Morning, Matt. Go Tigers. Do you feel the Tigers come out with a chip on their shoulder and blast the Gators? Yeah, sure. I just think Florida stinks, and LSU's offense is going to go score 40 because that's what they do. And I think LSU's defense is not good, so they're probably going to give up, 30. So I think I picked it 42-24. But to be very honest, I feel great about the 42. I don't feel so good about the 24. But we'll see. Oh, I love it. Someone said that's a killer shirt. Yeah, man. Shout out to X Design, my guy Hunter Torito over at X Design. They did that when Joey B won the Heisman. He gave me one. Glenn Garner, I still think Georgia falls. Yeah, I completely disagree with you on that. I think. Wait. Do you mean today or Georgia could definitely lose this season? I think Oregon could beat them. I think. I'm not sold on Michigan beating them. I just don't buy Michigan, man. I just got to see somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you got to play somebody first. This would be a good test. Let's see how Michigan does today against Penn State on the road. Imagine if Jalen Cook had played last night, but the NCAA denied his chance. Another stab at LSU. Yeah, I disagree with you wholeheartedly on that, Alan. Everybody wanted to shut down the multiple-time transfer, so the NCAA enforces the rule that everybody wanted enforced, and now the NCAA is the bad guy. That's crap. I mean, look, Jalen Cook transferred to Tulane. He transferred once. He transferred a second time. Sorry, you got to sit out. That's the rule. Y'all know, and I hate it. I'm all for let everybody transfer whenever they want, go whenever they want, be immediately eligible. I'm all for it. But for once, you can't pin that on the NCAA. That's the rule, and everybody. Everybody hates the transfer portal. They don't like guys being able to transfer, go wherever they want. So the NCAA enforces the rule about multiple time transfers. Now people are pissed at the NCAA. Well, which is it? So no, I mean, like, I ain't no great defender of the NCAA. Don't misunderstand me. And I want that rule to go away. I think everybody should be able to transfer, be eligible whenever every year. You want to go 4 different places, 4 different years? Fine with me. But that ain't a stab at LSU. That's just. And by the way, Alan, I'm not being tough on you, Alan, but if you telling me you're LSU and you need Jalen Cook so you can beat Nichols, brother, that's a problem. Look in the mirror, dog. I mean, LSU should have me running point and be able to beat. LSU should be able to have me running point and beat Nichols. Break. How about don't lose to Nichols? Cameron Brown. I really want Kentucky to beat Bama just so Georgia can expose them. I don't get that. James McKinney, Matt, who you got, Washington or Utah today? I think Utah is going to score points because Washington's defense is really struggle. I got Washington plus or Utah plus the 8. But we'll see, man. Probably like Utah to win at home. But man, I'm sorry, like Washington to win at home, but Utah on the points. Glenn Garner, tell Drew he is so amazing. Thank you, Glenn. I will do. Joshua, long season of the basketball team. Jared Espry, good morning. Tommy, yep, after third was born, I went back to work. Made sure everyone was good and headed out. See? I got Robert Siebel's wife said, get out of here. I think the same happened with Hester. So when Harlow was born, so Hester, their daughter was born this year, and that's not, I think in June, that's number 5. I think I remember telling them, like, bro, do what you got to do. Obviously we have paternity leaves, so take whatever time you need to be with your wife and your family and obviously your daughter. I think the next day he was like, okay, I guess when you've had 5 of them, it just, anyway. Glenn Garner, I wish I could grow your beard. Glenn, you're being way too complimentary today, man. But thank you. You like my beard? No, Erica don't like my beard. Erica thinks I look mean with the bald head and the beard. Starting to get a little salt in that beard, though. A little salt with the pepper. You can see a few of the little stragglers in there. Andy Whitaker, you think there's any possibility Brian Kelly retains House but gets new position coaches? I don't think so, Andy. I don't know how. I mean, again, I have no inside info. It's not like I've talked to Brian Kelly. I don't know how you can be the coordinator of a defense this bad and keep your job. Swaggy Cat 72, Louisville lost to Chattanooga by 10. Maybe even worse, lost to Nichols. Is Chattanooga not good? I don't know. I don't know anything about UT Chattanooga. I mean, wasn't Will Wade at Chattanooga before he went to VCU? Father J.D. Mathern, morning, Scone. Everyone talks about second year for Mulkey and Johnson, Natty. What about the lost Nichols for baseball, NC, now basketball? No chance, but maybe. Signed the Catholic chaplain to Nichols. Signed the Catholic chaplain. You are the Nichols chaplain, Father Mathern? And I get it. So you're saying baseball lost to Nichols and won the Natty, so maybe a little different though with basketball and baseball. Oh, Winston's in our front yard. Our neighbor's cat. Olivia loves Winston. You know, my niece Olivia, she loves cats. And so every time she comes over, she immediately just goes outside looking for Winston. Winston's right there. Hey, Winston. He's a good boy. Probably out looking for mice or something. On the prowl. Oh, gotcha, Cameron. And George will find a way to stop Jalen Milroe. I didn't know what you meant by if you hoped Kentucky would beat Bama if you wanted Georgia to expose them. Chewy Gutierrez, more than that, do you think Kentucky covers? I do not. I've laid the 11 with Bama. I think that's, for me, one of the easier plays. I don't think Kentucky's offense moves the ball at all against Alabama today. I think Alabama rolls. John Hendricks, I was confused when Harbaugh said this wouldn't happen in the SEC. I don't know what Harbaugh said. Sorry, man. I'm not sure I saw that. Harbaugh said this. Oh, you mean like the cheating scandal thing? I don't know. Mark, what's going on in Canada, with these Saints players? Yeah, Michael Thomas throwing bricks at people. And Chris Olave going 70 and a 35. That's America's city, bruh. It's Canada, bruh. Oh, man. Let's see. Mark, can LSU be Tulane if they play them in a bowl game? Sure. Henry Gordon Bennett, since it's Florida week, shout out to Ty Floyd for his performance against the Gators in the College World Series. All right. Yes, sir. Cricket's son for governor. Yesterday, Terry was talking about he wanted Houston to run for his son Houston to run for governor. Oh, man. David Tolson, looks like you and Drew had a successful trip to Florida. We did. Good doctor's visit. Drew got to see Dr. Drummond and a.k.a. Man Drummond. And status quo, good thing in our world. Rick Kelly, morning, Matt. If I was Harbaugh, I would get my brother to dress as me and stand on the sideline to irritate the Big Ten today versus Penn State. Slee Sue back from kids soccer. Greetings from Indiana. Okay, Slee, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Hope the kids won this morning. Greg Dugas, not a basketball school now. No boot ups, no riding. It's done. The sky's falling. On the positive, I'm all in with Willie the Kid and the Bayou Bandits. Go Pokes. Craig, this has got to be a tough time for you. Oh, man. Craig, there was no bigger Will Wade fan that I knew than Craig Dugas. Booting up every day. And we're just not booting up anymore. No, we're not. Chris Anthony, what's up, Matt? Why don't we return kicks for LSU? I think it's really easy, Chris, because your offense is so good. And I'd say I'll just take the ball at the 25. No sense in risking a fumble, scoop and score, or anything like that. Just take a knee, take the ball at 25, and we'll go 75 yards because the offense is that good. No one's going to stop us. That's the mentality. Robert Anderson, good morning. Go Tigers beat Florida. Kyle DeVille, do you think Michael Thomas will play Sunday? Yeah. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Darren Gagnon, hope the trip went well with Drew. It did. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate you, man. All right, y'all. I think we might be just about done. Brooke Bordeaux, good morning. Jesse Post, morning, Matt. Glad everything was good. Dr. B. Carl the Cat, Desmond Howard was saying Michigan wouldn't be investigated if they were in the SEC. Well, I think there's something to be said for, it's just the old thing about throwing stones in a glass house. I mean, I don't know that you'd have SEC teams turning in other SEC teams. But then again, I don't know. Where are we? All right. I think we're done. Oh, shit. Shane said earlier he's coming in from Iowa for the game and was going to come to Whiskey and Wine. And he said, Iowa, east of Lake Charles, not Iowa, but Iowa, the town on I-10 east of Lake Charles, not Iowa. My bad, Shane. I was about to say, Shane, that's a pretty heck of a haul for one day. Yes, Iowa. Okay, got it. Iowa, not Iowa. Iowa, by the way, has a Hardee's in the Love's truck stop right there off the interstate. So I always pop in there. Mushroom Swiss at Hardee's. Woo! That Hardee's mushroom Swiss, y'all. I think it's the best fast food burger in the world. The Hardee's mushroom Swiss. And they have one there in Iowa. Iowa. Okay. All right. Leading candidates to replace Matt House. Don't know. No clue. Heard Whit Weeks will likely hit the portal. Who told you that? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Y'all, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Go Tigers. We'll see you for Whiskey and Wine tonight. Soon as the game goes final. Hope to see a lot of y'all at Don Juan. Come shout. Shane Danos, come shout me out. Shane's coming in from Iowa, not Iowa. Oh, man. All right. Y'all have a great day. See you. Peace.